Hi guys. Sorry we're late. You guys can blame Bussy McBussface because they just surprised us in the Walmart parking lot and brought us beers. And then they made us late.
Thanks, guys.
Sorry, we're like not prepared, so you're gonna have to give us a second.
Are we already having people say stuff?
Yeah, people are commenting.
You guys were 4 minutes late. Yeah, so we're here.
Hi. Join our live stream so I can see your comments.
We can't read from afar, so Monica's got to pull it up on her phone.
No, why don't you tell the people what we did today?
This is very hoppy. It has quite a natural taste.
Okay.
Today we got into Sierra Vista. And it's kind of the first town that we were really looking at to potentially winterize ourselves, stay the winter. And yeah, it's a town about 40,000. And one of the main reasons why we looked at it was because it's nice weather.
Yeah.
I know a lot of people that are from St. Louis, where we're from, are experiencing a lot of snow right now.
And I'm a little bit sweaty today. So.
And I'm in shorts.
Yeah.
But it was kind of overcast today, if I'm going to complain a little bit. But yeah, I'm trying to see if we can. Chris Ray, what up, man? Thanks for saying hey. Monica's going to try to actually pull some things up. Really, why we do these live streams is because we hope to answer questions that you all may have about bus life or about us, living nomadically, whatever you want to put it. And I don't know, we also really appreciate you guys checking out our weekly vlogs. So another opportunity just to be able to hang out and, potentially see our faces.
Pierre is here.
Who's it? Pierre?
Pierre is here.
Pierre! You're coming up in the vlog soon, man. We're only like up and coming in our vlog series. We're going to be actually going to the East Coast finally, where we get beach time in for the very first time, like together. We'd never been on a beach together.
Yes, we had.
Well, I meant like.
Oh, like not on a family vacation.
Not on a family vacation.
Just us, yeah.
And so really, like, all of the East Coast was so cool. We stopped through so many different cool towns. Pierre was definitely our hero, helped us out with our AC, and more importantly, got our cigarette lighter working again.
Yes.
So we could charge our phones.
Yes, we think of you every time we charge our phone.
Every time we charge our phone, we think of you.
He asked if we got all of the dust and sand out of the cracks of the bus, and the answer to that is no, and it will always be no, because there is forever dust everywhere in here.
It's still... that doesn't help.
No, that's fine. We're a little dark. Yeah, that was really rough. It was like a 5-mile dirt road.
Yeah, it was pretty bad. I mean, we've been through a ton of gravel roads, but this was a dirt road, and it was pretty bad.
It's really dry here in the desert, in case you didn't know. We've never been to the desert, so it's our first time here. Everything's new. Every large cactus we see, we got to point it out and be ridiculous about it.
Trying to see if anyone's dropped any questions yet. Yeah, sorry to be made you guys wait by like 5 minutes.
I know, and then we didn't have time to like talk about if there was something we were gonna talk about or not. So we're just gonna drink a beer with you guys. What do you got here? Oh, Brianna got our t-shirt in the mail.
Thanks.
Oh, that's nice.
Thanks for getting t-shirts. If you guys if you guys look at our Bus Life Possible t-shirts, know that the sizing was not by our choice. What's the big thing with it?
Oh, I don't think I've taken it down, but if you get the women's sizes are like
petite.
Basically like juniors sizes. So like regular size women are ordering them and the sizes are really wrong. So
Get yourself mints.
Get yourself a unisex t-shirt if that's what you're gonna order.
JK. Unisex all the way.
My mom's calling me out. You don't even like beer. This is pretty decent, and it was a rough enough day where I will enjoy beer.
It was a gift beer.
Yes.
It was a gift beer, so you got to enjoy gift beer.
Yeah. It's pretty decent.
Though I will give a shout out, not that, we're not just like hanging out drinking beer all day here. Monica has really liked the Pabst Blue Ribbon.
That's true. That is the only beer that I could like have a couple of.
Their new Easy brand. So this is their light calorie beer.
Is this the beer commercial? Commercial?
Is this a beer commercial? And if you call right now, you get free beers for the price of one.
Your brother's here.
Yo.
Hi, family. This is like basically just a live stream with my family.
A lot of familiar names, which
that's fun. I'm into it. I don't know what else.
Well,
we just have to talk about today?
Well, we just hit 2,000 subscribers, which is crazy.
Yeah.
I just was trying to post on Reddit. If you're on Reddit, I do a ton of posting on Reddit, so get linked in there. But we've successfully put out one video a week since March, since our channel's gone out, which was a big goal of mine, to just be putting out consistent content. And if you are trying to grow your own channel, know that if you are consistent and you put out videos, whether it's bi-weekly, once a week, once a month, if you stick to a consistent schedule, you will start to show growth over time. You just kind of have to trust the journey. So keep at it if you're in that process.
Yeah, it's nice that it's still gaining momentum. We put a lot of work and time into all of this, so it's good to hit little milestones.
Yeah, and I think we're over 5,000 miles traveled too.
Yeah,
which is nuts. I was looking at a map of our path of travel, and we've really covered a great deal of the United States so far in our travels.
I think we're on our 16th state, which is insane.
Yeah. So really grateful. Just there's always that concern that you put in all of this hard work to get things ready to go, and some catastrophe happens, and it's just great to put the right steps in place. And we've had a really good journey so far.
What's funny is we were just talking about this last night. I was saying I don't feel like we saw a lot of New Mexico, but then I was like, wait a second, we drove the entire state of New Mexico, so we did see quite a bit of it. But it's just, what? You have something to say?
No, I was waiting. Okay. I was waiting. It wasn't important. I was going to say hi to Sammy, our niece.
Yes. Hi, Sammy.
We very much miss Sammy. In fact, I was talking to Monica. I was like, we need to call Sammy and just say hi.
Yeah.
Very soon. So hopefully we can touch base on the phone and and see how you're doing. You can also subscribe to Sammy Gummies if you're into that. You can check out her videos. She does a lot of toy unwrapping, gymnastics, all types of fun stuff on her channel.
Yes. Oh geez.
Let's see. You reading this, or are you having a hard time?
Yeah. I mean, no one's really asking any questions, so I'm just trying to keep the conversation
so
going.
the biggest thing that we're trying to do right now is find seasonal work, and a place to park long term right now.
Finding the work is not the hard part, but this is the first time that we're actually trying to find a long-term place to stay, and that has proven to be really tricky. RV parks don't want us. They don't want to say why.
We don't really want them either.
We don't really want them either, but out of convenience, I thought I'll call some and just see if that's a possibility.
We're going to start the very first schoolie park.
Yeah, and no RVs are going to be
RVs are going to be allowed.
Yeah, it's really obnoxious. It's would they rather have an empty lot than have someone's money? I guess, but It's weird.
But seasonal work's on our mind, mainly because we're going to be in Arizona most likely throughout the duration of the winter, assuming everything works out. So we thought we might as well get some work while we're here and offset our travel expenses, because we're definitely not making money off of YouTube right now.
No.
But we really appreciate the support that we've gotten from quite a few individuals so far.
Yeah.
There's a ton of different ways. In fact, this is the only plug I'll make. There's a link in the description if you're interested in supporting our travels. Monica actually just updated our website this last week.
Yeah.
And we've listed every way that you possibly could support our channel on there. So maybe there's a way that works for you.
Yeah. And we appreciate it. Did you say what town we were in?
We are in Sierra Vista, for those who missed it.
Southern Arizona, probably 7,500 miles from the border.
I mean,
maybe less than that.
We're really close to the border. In fact, we've passed 3 immigration checkpoints since we've been in the southern side of New Mexico and Arizona.
Mm-hmm.
Which, boy, that makes you feel like you're in fucking East Berlin. But
it's a weird situation.
Really strange. But yeah, so we are definitely super south. Yeah. My brother joked seasonal retail because I have a long history of retail in my background. Monica and I we originally met at Best Buy.
Yeah.
I think we mentioned that in our last live stream too.
Yeah, we might have.
But so yeah, I've done the whole retail stuff.
I mean, I'm not above it. It's just finding somewhere where we can park and get to those places easily. It will be the situation. So, yeah, if it comes down to that, it's fine.
It's kind of interesting though, is as we've been looking kind of for seasonal work, it's been nice to see that some of the main corporate entities are starting to pay a fair hourly wage. It's not $15 an hour at most of these places, but coming from Missouri, where our minimum wage is still $7.25, $7.75, something like that, which is terrifying.
It's like 11 or 12 statewide in Arizona, but a lot of places start higher than that.
We've seen places that have been advertising $13 an hour, so it makes me feel like we're getting somewhere economically in this country, which is promising. You guys want to talk about politics?
So my dad asked, seriously, how many hours of editing go into a 15-minute vlog? That's a really good question.
Did your dad ask that?
Yeah.
Did you say? So, I mean, it's a lot of editing I do. I'm not here to complain about it, but
15 miles from the border. Sorry.
Yeah,
wow,
we're really
close.
We're really close to the border.
Thanks for clarifying. I have no idea where I am.
Thank you. And thanks for the beard too. Yeah. So, I mean, editing wise, what I strive to do is I don't really focus on the hours. I just focus on the number of times I sit down and edit in a week. So we post every Wednesday, and I try to have it pre-posted on Tuesday. So it's just scheduled release. So I try to edit on Friday for a bit. I try to do some editing on Sunday, and I try to get a little bit in on, I guess I try to do the real run of it on Tuesday then, to get things done.
So, I mean, it's probably 15 hours?
I probably put in it's probably an hour for every minute you're seeing.
Yeah.
That's probably about right, which is standard for the filmmaking process too. Yeah. So that's about right. What made you start a YouTube channel?
I don't know what you guys are talking about. We're missing out on going to the van build. Tell me what that's all about, because I don't know.
Tell us what the van build is.
I don't know what that is. Hello to Madeline. Thanks for watching. She wanted us to say hi.
She also said, what made you want to start a YouTube channel? Is it the same person?
Yeah. I mean, it's just kind of in our blood to share, photograph and video what we're doing anyways.
Monica's a photographer, and so Instagram really just kind of strikes her fancy. And my background is in independent filmmaking and video production. And I was really looking for an avenue where I could apply my background skills in video production to creating some kind of sustainable business venture for Monica and I in the future. And that's by living the lives we truly want to be living. And that's traveling and documenting the journey. So I'm going to lose my voice. So that's why we made a YouTube channel, because it's the best platform out there in 2019 to potentially strum up a community and an audience for the bullshit you'd like to show everyone. So that's why we're here.
Apparently, land build is like, I don't know, it must be some kind of get together if I'm picking up on that correctly. But
like a Schoolie Palooza.
Yeah,
like a
that would have
gathering.
been fun. I didn't know about it.
Is that nearby right now?
Oh, Jamie from Enigmatic Nomadic. Okay, I don't know who that is. I don't like, if there's something coming up, like, you guys should just tell us, because I don't know when any of the gatherings are. I don't know where to find them, what the good ones are. I don't know. So just feel free to message us and ask us if we're going somewhere, because we don't know about it. I guarantee you.
You think YouTube would come up with a way to like make the comments larger on your screen while you're doing this?
Yeah, I guess we could sit closer.
Shame on you, YouTube.
Yeah. Oh well.
What else we got? You guys want to see my legs?
What?
I put my leg up and I was like, this looks really awkward.
No, it's fine. I was gonna...
Schoolie Palooza. We're thinking about Schoolie Palooza. We just need to see
like
how it works out with our seasonal position.
Yeah. I'd like to make that a priority, because there's a lot of you that I would like to meet. So. What are you giggling at? You're like,
we want to see your booty. Inappropriate.
Oh my goodness.
Inappropriate. Oh, that's nice, Alex. Thanks for that. You guys are slowly becoming my favorite bus channel.
Nice.
I appreciate that. I'm glad we could fill the void of bus channels in your life.
We don't have Patreon. I think that's something that we will do eventually. Are we even allowed to do that yet? Or do you have to have 10,000?
No, you can do a Patreon whenever you want.
Okay.
So we've obviously thought about doing Patreon. It's another thing that takes a lot of time and effort, which we totally can give. We do have, the one thing that we have set up is a direct PayPal link, which seems kind of stupid, but 98% of the funds you donate through that link go directly towards our travels. So, Patreon takes a 5%, and then there's another 5% fee. So I think you inevitably get like 10% taken away from what people are donating. So we do have that available for people that would like to support our adventures, which we would really appreciate it.
But I think that's on the docket for.
Yeah. I'd really like to make Patreon something that's worth people's while.
And right now we can't do that.
But at the same time, I don't want to kind of discriminate against individuals who can't pay a premium on a monthly basis for our content. I want people to feel left out of this. I'm trying to work out the logistics on that. So that's my answer.
I don't know who this person is. Someone's spamming us.
Yeah, someone's straight up spamming us. So
I don't know what
that's awkward.
I don't know.
Let's see here.
I blocked them.
We blocked.
Goodbye.
Congratulations, you have been blocked. Kapow.
That was just annoying.
Yeah. So.
How do you order through for your Amazon purchases? Mother, I have told you this.
Yeah. Anna, go ahead and just have a private phone call with your daughter after this. She'll answer all your questions,
you
okay?
Click on the link and then you order all the stuff you want to order. That's fine. Anyways.
I just jumped on to, hey man, thanks for sending a comment. Appreciate it.
So I guess we can kind of talk about what we're going to be doing in the next few days, I guess.
Go for it.
We're going to go to Tombstone.
eventually.
Yeah, which would be fun. Tomorrow, I think we're going to head south from where we are, and Cole's got a job to apply to. We're going to kind of check out that area because there is some land to stay at nearby. There's not a ton of businesses around, but we could get lucky. So we're going to check into that.
Where'd you put that flashlight?
It's down.
Okay.
Are you concerned with the lighting?
I am concerned about the lighting.
Okay.
It's dark. It's going to give a little extra lighting. The scooter is going to be going into the repair shop tomorrow. It needs like standard upkeep stuff that I don't know how to do. New air filter, oil change, potentially needs a carb cleaning as well. Love our scooter, but I'm not getting the top end speed that I was before. So we're like topping out like 45, which is not good for safely being able to drive on roads.
Cool, relax. The lighting isn't bad.
Okay, I'll relax. I'm sorry, it's in my blood. So
he has ADD, in case you can't tell.
Guys, I'm going to be honest. I was really disappointed today because I'd applied to. I'll just say I applied to Tombstone Brewery because they had a beer tender position open, and I was so excited about slinging some brewskis at a brewery in Tombstone in the winter. I thought that was going to be the best job. And they filled the position right before I emailed the guy, like within the last couple of days, I guess. And so I got that letdown this afternoon. I just put so much in that emotional basket.
Yeah.
But
there are some saloons and stuff around there, and some wineries, and I feel like there's a decent amount of businesses there where we can find you another.
That sounds nice. I like the sound of a saloon.
Yeah, maybe you can like dress up like a cowboy. It'll be fun.
Like a salon?
What?
It's different. We were just talking about, oh no.
How much problems did we have with freezing temperatures? Well, let me tell you.
Let me tell you about below freezing temperatures.
Oh, Lord. Okay.
No bueno.
First of all, there was like 35-mile-an-hour winds in Colorado when it snowed. And
when we were
the wind, dunes. Yeah, when we were in the sand dunes, which is like the reason the dunes are there is because it's a super windy area. But anyways, at the front of the bus, somehow the snow snuck in some sort of crack that we didn't know was there, and we had actually 2 piles of snow inside. But yeah, besides that, the freezing temperatures, our water did freeze because it was below 20, I think 2 nights in a row. And then the inside of our windows were frozen. Everything was frozen. Our toilet was frozen.
Yeah, our toilet wouldn't turn over because it froze. We just had no means. There was a bathroom at the campground, so luckily that didn't freeze. But we got out of Dodge. We were in southern Colorado at the time. There was more snow in the forecast 3 days later, and we were like, we got to get out of here. And made our way into New Mexico. I thought New Mexico was great. Super deserty if you're into that. So it's definitely your place. I feel like all deserts need large cactuses. Why is there more large cactuses in New Mexico?
Don't know. Maybe there's a science.
I feel like cacti
we
need
just
to move
thought
there
was going to be cactus everywhere, and there's not.
I just thought
dirt and nothing.
They came to the Southwest and there was just large cactuses everywhere, every 4 feet. Yeah, it's not that way.
It's not the case. They're asking what we have for a heater. We have the portable Buddy Mr. Buddy heater. Propane heater.
Yeah. We actually have it right here.
There you go. It's dusty, like everything else.
It's worked great, at least within the 90 square feet that we have. And we operate it on low when we use it. We've put it on high a couple times, just when we're wanting to be warmer quicker in the morning. But
we can't use it if it is above 40 degrees though, because it will be so hot in here, you will lose your mind.
The bus is still super comfortable down to 40 degrees. I actually prefer it to be 45 to get a really decent night's sleep. 45 is where I like it. Being picky.
What is a jumping cactus?
Uh,
What on earth? You bought the Mr. Heater. Oh yeah, the bigger one. Yeah, you do have to crack a window for those things.
for the bigger ones.
Yeah,
we got the smaller one. You see our lights just like got stronger when our fridge went off? That was funny.
Yeah, that's intense. There are so many deer slinging opportunities in Tombstone.
I hope so. I want to sling some beers. I feel like it was like what I was born to do besides filmmaking.
Cacti that release little spiky pods and they stick to everything. Yeah, I think you had some of those, remember? Because you brought some inside on your shoes.
Oh,
and
yeah.
You kept stepping on them.
I kept stepping on those little bastards. Like,
yeah, those are.
I had like 6 of those things in my foot.
Are they like the little tiny pokey things? Let me know.
I think David mentioned, he said, are you guys thinking about getting like a mini wood burning stove? And we actually bought a wood burning stove.
Yeah.
It's actually documented in our vlogs now on our channel. And we just ended up poor planning, poor design. I'm gonna blame Jim. That's what it comes down to. And we just decided to ditch it at the end and not try to put in the whatever effort it would have been, losing counter space or whatever. But we love wood. I mean, just big fans of wood stoves. But
yeah. And did you tell them where we got it from? We ordered it on Etsy. I must have spent like 80 hours on the internet trying to find a mini wood stove that was not like $900. And I found it eventually. I think he's gotten a lot of business off of us promoting him, if I do say so myself. But his name is North Woods Fabrications. You can find them on Etsy. They're a cute little wood stove, and they're like, I think he's selling them for $300. What are you looking for?
I don't know. How can I lose stuff in the box? It's ridiculous.
Okay. What is happening?
Northwoods Fabrications. It was the best prices on a wood stove that we could find, and it was really good quality too. There you go.
How's our batteries and solar holding up?
So our solar system, that's about to come up in the vlogs. The next like 2-3-ish episodes in the bus conversion series is going to be on solar. Shout out to Will for coming out and helping us do that. But we only have one 12-volt, 200 amp hour battery. If you're interested in what battery we use, we have that linked in all of our other videos underneath our Amazon links. You'll find it underneath the solar information. And it's about half the storage I truly would like to have. If we had 400 amp hours, if we had 2 of those batteries, we wouldn't have to worry about anything power-wise.
We have the least amount of battery storage that I've heard anyone in the schooly community. We've been fully off of it without issues for the whole time we've been on the road.
Yeah. It's just when it gets overcast or if we're parking for a longer duration of time.
Well, I mean, even in the overcast, a lot of times we will fully charge, but it's the shade that's a problem. But
it's the shade.
There is no shade here, so
yeah. Luckily, there's no trees in the Southwest, conveniently. But yeah, so I always recommend people, if they're gonna build a solar system for their rig, to plan on 400 amp hours. But it really depends on what you're powering, and that was one of the main reasons why we went with a propane oven, was because one of those, what are the tops called? The induction
burner.
Yeah, is that what they are?
Yeah, I think you confused me. I think that's what we're talking. Yeah,
whatever, right. Russ. Anyways, they draw a lot of power. So kitchen appliances draw a lot of power electronically, and we went propane.
And that's the story of that.
And that's what I'm sticking to.
We should do shots for the next live chat. 1 shot every 15 minutes. Oh my gosh.
We'll come up with a drinking game for the next live stream.
Yeah, do you guys want to do that? You guys will have to participate too, though. It would, I mean, We just have one big live drinking game.
One big live drinking game.
Yeah, let's plan that, guys. Who's down? Let us know if you're down.
If you're down for a live stream drinking game, let us know. You have to be of age.
You don't drink?
That's totally fine too. Grab some LaCroix and let's get with it.
Yeah, you smash some waters. You can enjoy watching everyone else fall apart. How about that?
We don't have any Thanksgiving plans right now, Anna.
We don't.
So if anyone's in the area wants to invite us over for Thanksgiving, we'd love to come. I'm a big fan of mashed potatoes.
I can bake something.
Big
delicious.
fan of mashed potatoes.
What can I bake? I can bake anything.
Like,
I've made everything you could ever think of.
I just ate an entire rotisserie chicken by myself in the Walmart parking lot. So
yeah.
I can
Bus
help.
life has changed you.
Yeah, I didn't eat any meat for like 9 months leading into bus life, and then I went back to the meat train. Sounds weird.
What's your favorite?
No.
What's your favorite beer?
David, this is such a hard question, man. Oh.
Do we know that person?
I
recognize the name, but I didn't know if it was someone you knew.
David,
Hi, David.
I'm not recognizing your last name off the bat, so don't be offended if I know you. But my absolute favorite beer, oh man, this is such a hard question. So Schlafly in St. Louis, they have a seasonal beer that's called a TIPA, and it's a Tasmanian IPA, and I'm a really big fan of that beer. I'm not really into the hops, but that beer does have a little hop finish on it. And yeah, it's just really delicious. That would probably be my favorite beer.
My favorite beer is vodka tonic. So
Monica doesn't really drink beer at all. I also
I'm enjoying this though.
Like the sleeper is I really like amber lagers too. So like anytime I go into a brewery and they have like an amber anything, I'm probably gonna get that. That's probably gonna be the beer I get. Little fun info.
Hoping to drop by Colorado before hitting Arizona to stock up. Yeah, well, guess who forgot to stock up in Colorado before they went to New Mexico and Arizona?
These guys.
This guys.
These guys.
Yeah, oh well. We can move on.
I'm trying to like read comments, so I'm leading. I feel so like I wish I had.
We have some celebrities in the comments, so everyone's talking about them.
Ooh, do we? Holla.
I'm talking about Bussy McBuzzface.
Oh, Bussy McBuzzface. That was so nice.
Yeah,
if you guys
really
weren't
nice.
on the
Thank
live
you guys for
stream
stopping by.
earlier, Bussy McBuzzface totally just like dropped out of nowhere, and we were able to hang out just for like. That's why we're like 4 minutes late to the live stream.
Yeah, that was really.
It says it's unstable.
Well,
so that's why we were late to the live stream, was because they dropped by and said hi. So thanks again for that. I know the connection just went unstable for a second.
Our shower is nearby. Yes, actually, that's.
Thank God. This Planet Fitness was really nice.
Yeah, this is one of the best Planet Fitnesses.
Sierra
actually.
Vista.
Besides. So there's always like one little thing wrong with the Planet Fitness. Like
always.
Sometimes they don't have anywhere for you to put your soap down.
Yeah,
and so you're just like, I'll just keep it under my armpit for 12 minutes.
I put mine on the ground.
Sometimes the curtains are see-through.
Yeah, the last Planet Fitness we went to, they had frosted glass as their shower doors.
Yeah.
Like
which
you can
was like basically nothing.
You could see full man ass through the glass. Like you can't have frosted glass at Planet Fitnesses. Come on.
Yeah.
Come on.
Anyways, this was a good one. Yes, Planet Fitness has a location in every state, and there is not often a time where we're like, we can't find a Planet Fitness, except for the Upper Peninsula of Michigan is the only place we couldn't find one.
The UP wasn't, but like we'd be shocked. We'd get into a town and be like, you have 3 Planet Fitnesses here?
Yeah.
Like what?
Yeah, it's pretty crazy. And we've ended up just like in the same parking lot as a Planet Fitness, like accidentally, because we'll go somewhere to try to like work and use the Wi-Fi, and we're like, oh, there's one. So yeah, it's super easy and cheap. You can bring, so it's like what, $25 a month and 24?
$21.99.
$21.99. And I go for free every time with him. You can bring in a guest unlimited number of times. So
yeah, so basically the black, we don't make any money from Planet Fitness, but the black card membership of Planet Fitness is $21.99. You get to bring a guest with you every single visit, and that covers all locations. Their standard membership, which is like $10 a month, that's only for your home gym, and so it does not cover any types of traveling.
But it's been great. There's only been like one time where I was like, this isn't very clean.
Yeah,
it's typically really nice. So
usually the curtain's like moldy or something, and you're like,
yeah,
it's about
I just like take my glasses off.
We always wear
flip-flops.
Flippy floppies.
Yeah. Always.
We always wear flippy floppies. And
yeah, but that's the shower situation. Unless you can bring your dog as a guest.
If it's a service animal, I believe it's let in. But
maybe, I mean, yeah, you can
that would
bring
be
a random person off the street into Planet Fitness with you if you want. So it's an option for you.
We actually just showered today. That's why we decided to do the live stream. We were like, we're clean.
Today? Wow, this has been a long day.
We like woke up and we stopped at Circle K. We stopped at a Circle K and we got a fill up of coffee and hit the road. So it's really felt like 3 days today, basically.
It really has. It's kind of insane. Trying to feed. If we make it to SoCal, go to San Diego. We would love to go to San Diego. I feel like I heard that San Diego isn't that like parking friendly, but I feel like we can figure. We'll have to plan ahead a little bit for that, but. Flippy floppy. Say flippy floppy for the people, Cole.
Gotta get those flippy floppies.
Oh gosh, I'm getting old. I can't sit with one leg crossed anymore. It hurts. Jeez.
We're both looking forward. So the other main.
Yeah, you wouldn't think that like we do anything. Oh wait, hold on. We're unstable apparently. Okay, we're stable again. Yeah, you wouldn't think that like just us living in a bus not working, you would think that like we literally don't do anything all day every day, but we definitely do. I'm
going to try to put out 2 videos a week ahead throughout the winter. I don't know if that's going to start this week or probably next week. I'm going to try to start it. And I hate to overpromise and underdeliver, so I'm going to try my best to do that. Yeah. There's a little sales.
Yeah, it's going to be so weird to not be driving. I have already been thinking about, like, I feel like we're really committing to a place by staying here for months, even though that's like a really short amount of time. It is going to be really crazy. Because I think the longest we've stayed somewhere was, 7 days when we were in Michigan with our family.
We stayed for 3 weeks in Virginia. We're just getting done with that in the adventure vlogs. True.
Yeah, that was, yeah. But outside of that, maybe like 4 or 5 days here and there when we find a really good,
Yeah, we're gonna start to move. Spot. We're gonna start to move pretty quick in the vlogs ahead, which I'm really excited about.
Yeah, eventually we'll be caught up, and you guys will be seeing what we did last week. But now you're seeing what we did several months ago. But it's still, there's a lot of good stuff to come. Bus is holding up.
Yeah, the bus, Harriet's always done really good for us. Like, as much complaining as I like to do about, the bus can't get us here or there and up this mountain and that sort of thing. Every place we've asked her to get us, she's gotten us.
Yeah, even if we had to pull over several times. But
yeah, so you got to take it easy on your vehicles, especially buses.
Especially when they're 20 years old, too.
Yeah, your old buses, you just got to, don't try to go faster than 65 and just like be okay with, like, what was nuts is New Mexico was way more mountainous than what I ever predicted. We were on the highway going 65 plus, and I got brought down to 45 miles an hour up a hill. So, like, that's going to happen. Like, when you choose to do bus life, you're going to end up being the one with your flashers on going 45 miles an hour up a super steep hill at some point. That's just going to happen.
What was I going to say about that?
About
what were we just talking about? I'm so exhausted. I have no idea what he just said.
Hills, inclines.
Yeah.
45 miles an hour.
No idea. It's gone.
It's gone. Sorry.
Something.
I tried.
Yeah.
I tried.
Oh, mountainous. Yeah,
I did it.
Yes. We had no idea that there were such huge mountains in Arizona. I knew the northern part of Arizona had some mountains, but the mountains are massive here. I don't know why no one ever talks about it. You never hear about them. But
yeah, I mean, so the mountains we were seeing, according to us, were as large as the Rockies, at least from our perspective. So there's a lot of mountains.
I'll let you know the stats on that.
Yeah, we'll get the real stats to you later, but there's a lot of real mountains to see in Arizona. What was that little town we passed through that had that ghost town?
Oh, yeah, there's a town called Steins in New Mexico, just before Arizona.
If you know any ghost towns in Arizona, put them in the comments because we want to go there. Ghost towns, weird shit. You guys are starting to get to know us, so if you know anything that's interesting in southern Arizona, let us know.
He says I'm unstable, been that way my whole life.
Heard you there.
I love that. Let us know. You don't have to comment there. Let us know where you live in Michigan. We'll be back there. We have family there, so we'd love to go back, and we want to explore the northern part of the Upper Peninsula because we didn't get to do that last time. We were kind of, I don't know. Were we just
what
ready?
did we do? The northern part of the UP. Yeah, I'd love to go up the east coast of Michigan because we didn't go up the east coast. We went up the Lake Michigan side, which is beautiful. That was probably one of my favorite treks. Yeah. Taking the west coast of the Mitt of Michigan up to the UP, that's probably one of my favorite parts of our trip. So
many cute lake towns, and even the towns that aren't on the lakes, they're just like little quaint,
little town called Charlevoix.
Yeah, Charlevoix.
Love Charlevoix.
Yeah,
I'll be back there in the future, y'all.
Yeah, lots of lighthouses and like the bluest water you've ever seen in your whole life.
Yeah,
it's super pretty there.
What else you got?
Gosh, I don't know.
Can't leave me hanging?
Yep. Oh, sorry. Take a shot. No, we don't have.
We don't take shots. We don't do that. Yep. The last time we took shots was at a Mexican restaurant in St. Louis called Los Palmas on New Year's. It was like 8 years ago, and it was really bad. We don't talk about those times. I've taken a shot
since then, but not that many.
Not me.
I don't know. What time is it, you guys? Okay, it's been 50 minutes.
We've gone 45. Okay, it hasn't been 50.
Oh, true. We were late, so we owe you guys your full allotted time. Sparta. I
think we went through Sparta.
Yeah.
I remember seeing Sparta at least. North of Grand Rapids, yeah. Yeah, we drove directly through that area to our lake house for the family reunion.
There are some lakes there. There's lakes everywhere. Yeah, it's kind of insane.
Yeah, the lake situation was ridiculous.
Yeah, what was nice about us being in there in the summer is we were just getting super hot, and then we would just find a lake to get in. That was really nice. We are not streaming us via a phone. We have a Wi-Fi booster. We're stealing Wi-Fi from
we're stealing
nearby.
We're stealing 7 meg internet from Lowe's across the road. So just be thankful we're here.
Yeah.
Not ideal, but we'd rather be in front of you guys than
it would be this, or we'd be sending you a postcard. So.
Yeah, stop motion animation of the next.
Yeah,
everything.
Yes, we can meet up for a couple drinks.
I love that. I love meeting for drinks.
We like meeting people.
A lot of good people. We'll go ahead and run this down. Be like, if you guys have more questions, leave them now, and we'll try to get to them. But we're gonna start to wrap up things here.
Yeah.
Not that we guys don't love you. We'll stay here. We're gonna start a 24-hour live stream right now.
Oh God, can you imagine?
We are almost 1 hour in.
So I can hear you snore.
So we are engaged. If you didn't catch that vlog, we've actually now been engaged for over a year.
Yep.
And we'll get married when we get married. With bus life and being on the road, it got too complicated to plan out a wedding. And every time we talked about it, it just got so complicated that we just said, let's put it off and not worry about it. And that's what we're doing.
We just don't know how we want to go. I don't know. We just don't know how we want to get married. So you need to know that to plan one.
And Bussy McBusface, we are definitely looking for a more stable parking situation for sure.
Yeah.
More stable than Walmart for sure.
So stable that I actually signed up for Boondockers Welcome and I messaged a girl to ask her if we could stay with her for like months. That's how like desperate we are to just like be in one spot right now. We've just, we've been staying at a different location almost every night for a while now. So
we are currently in Sierra Vista, Arizona. If you didn't hear that earlier, we are very close to the Mexican border. We do have our passports, so maybe we go to Mexico. You never know. My Spanish is muy good.
No, it's not.
Jim asked, what was or is the single most challenging obstacle? I don't know what that means, sir.
What was or is? I mean, I guess just a bus life in general. What's the most challenging thing? Honestly, it's just trying to find a spot right now to stay at for 4 or 5 months.
Yeah, every life is challenging. Like bus life is great, but like we still have our daily challenges. We have our daily headaches.
A little bit.
But like we're like really happy. Like going into bus life, we said these are the problems we want. We want to choose these problems. So it feels good running into the obstacles that we do when we do. But
yeah, anytime like Cole's upset about something, I was like, well, we could be living our old lives. So just remember that.
So, but every time when we needed to find water, we found water. When we needed a place to park, we've been able to park. We haven't got a single knock in the 5+ months we've been on the road. So, and we're in this big old, crazy looking bus, it's like people could easily knock and say, get the hell out of here. And they don't.
And we've stayed, it's not often that we stay somewhere where it says no overnight parking. But typically it's somewhere where we know we're not in the way, or like if we're super desperate and need to stay like at a Walmart because we can't find a campground or whatever. And even those times, like no one has said anything. So
yeah, I like to have a place to camp already kind of laid out ahead of time. Once it gets to like 3 o'clock in the day, and if we don't have a parking spot by then, I start to get a little anxiety. But
see, I feel like I don't, so it's not a really good combination. So I'm just like, whatever, we'll just sleep somewhere.
Yeah.
I don't think there hasn't been that many times where we were like, oh no, we can't find somewhere.
I mean, we were sitting behind a a shut down gas station next to a McDonald's earlier, getting great Wi-Fi signal, and we thought about just spending the night there.
Yeah, I mean, if you think about it, like parking lots everywhere, and like you could stay at them. Like you could be risking a knock or something, but like they're not just gonna tow you away when you're inside. So I just remember that we're a big bus, we're hard to move, so I'm willing to take my chances sometimes.
We have looked into BLM Land. In fact, we've stayed on BLM Land now a couple times. Amenities are not there, which is fine.
Which is totally fine.
Since we're made for off-grid, and our water supply lasts a very long time.
Yeah. And we love staying on land like that.
Because we typically really hate being near people. So it's really great to be out in the wild away from people.
My thing is like leaving the bus on that land, like while we go into work. You know, it just depends on the place. There's places where I've definitely felt like 100% okay with it, and then there's
so that's
there's some south of where we're at. So, you know, what we got?
I don't know.
Okay.
All right, I think that is going to wrap things up. I hope this was as educational and entertaining as what I could have wildly dreamt of. We really, really appreciate you all watching our weekly videos and supporting us, even if it's just a comment or an like on our videos.
Yeah, we appreciate that. You know, like the one bad comment that we get every now and then, like, really brings me down. So I love seeing the good stuff.
And I could care less about the bad comment. But yeah, it's just really nice to be, you know, when we first started this channel, we were getting, 20 views in a week on a video. And now to be getting several hundred views, and I'm sure it's going to be several thousand views in a week on a video, is going to be rather gratifying. And it's just going to be nice to see what other adventures we get into in the future. And there's going to be a lot of them.
Yep.
So go make your bus life possible.
Yep. Bye, guys. Love you.
Have a good evening. Adios, muchachos.
What?
Oh
no.
Got it.